going on? What's going on? Hope everyone's having an absolutely fantastic day. It's your boy, Ryan Loede, aka The Machine, coming to you once again from the Cleveland, Ohio office of LC Financial Group. Coming to you guys with another insurance tip for insurance agents and agency owners. Hey, if you don't know me, I take full responsibility. My name is Ryan Loede, building a 9-figure insurance organization here at LC Financial Group. And we're hiring, we're growing, and we're expanding in all 50 states. We help individuals create a multiple 6-figure residual income. So hey, if you want to learn more about what partnering with us looks like here at LC Financial Group, DM me, comment below, reach out to any of our partners here at LC Financial Group, or hey, send an email to our careers team, careers@teamlcfg.com, careers@teamlcfg.com. Hope everyone's having an absolutely fantastic day. We're going to be diving deep into something that I believe, and I hope you believe, is very, very valuable and very important to do. It's the concept of removing things from your life and giving things up in your life. Now, don't jump to conclusions here, because I'm not talking about giving up things that are important or giving up necessities or things that we value or things that are assets. I'm talking about giving up liabilities. I'm talking about removing liabilities. I'm talking about giving up and removing low value activity, non-money generating activities, and ultimately things that don't make you feel good, right? Because the better we feel, the more we're going to produce. The more we produce, the more results we get. It's all about the self-esteem. It's all about feeling good and having high energy, being confident, right? Having a high level of motivation, having a high level of inspiration. So we're going to be diving into 20 things, and I'm sure there's a lot more, but 20 that came off the top of my head. 20 things that you need to give up, things that you need to remove from your life as an insurance agent and agency owner if you want to create success. Because hey, it's going to be difficult to create success, create financial freedom, create indestructible wealth if you don't remove things that might be holding you back from creating success. Right? There's things in our life that ultimately give us a increased ability of creating success, but there's also things in our life that are diminishing our chances of creating success. It's decreasing our chances of creating success and achieving our goals and targets. So we need to figure out what those things are that we need to give up and what those things are that we need to remove, right? In order to get something in our life, in order to add something, there's always going to have to be that part of giving something up. It is going to have to be that part of removing something from our life in order to add something in your life. So for me, hey, personally, like when I first got into the insurance industry, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my personal experience before I dive into the 20 things that you need to give up as an insurance agent and agency owner. For me personally, when I first got into the insurance industry, well, hey, I definitely needed to give up smoking weed on a daily basis. I definitely needed to give up being a distributor of marijuana. I definitely needed to give up the negative friends and the negative acquaintances that I gained throughout my high school career. I definitely needed to give up the wrong belief system, the wrong way of operating, the wrong way of thinking, right? I needed to give up, going out on the weekends. I needed to give up drinking, right? I needed to give up not taking massive amounts of action, unreasonable amounts of action. I needed to give up and remove my inner self of like who I was becoming, which I shouldn't have been becoming. I was becoming someone who I shouldn't be becoming, right? I needed to give up a lot of things in order to get to where I'm currently at now. I've been in the insurance industry, for you guys that don't know, for the past 6 years, straight out of high school. During high school, man, I'm telling you, like I was someone completely different. If you knew me in high school and you haven't seen me for the past 6 years and you just saw me randomly in town, or like you saw me on Facebook, you saw an ad on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, you're like, wow, is that really Ryan Loede? Like, that's how bad it was for me in high school. right? Like I said earlier, man, I was smoking weed on a daily basis. I was drinking, I was partying, I was going out on the weekends, I was hanging around the wrong people, multiple run-ins with the police. I was on house arrest for most of my high school career, multiple run-ins with the police. I was dealing drugs, a whole slew of things, right? And now I'm at a point where I'm a very credible individual. At least I think I am, and I'm still building that credibility. And I'm a very knowledgeable individual who not only just helped myself, but now I'm also helping other individuals. And it could be the same exact thing for you. You can go from literally rock bottom to, being a multimillionaire or whatever your goals or targets or aspirations are. You can do that. But in order to do that, there's going to be some things that you're going to have to give up, and there's going to be some things that you're going to have to remove from your life. And at the very least, there's going to be some things that you're going to have to limit. Right? For me, hey, when I first got into the insurance industry, I had to limit the amount of time that I was spending doing low value activity or non-money generating activities. Like I was literally eating, sleeping, and breathing insurance during my first 3 to 4 years so I can become all knowing with insurance and become a professional. Right? I had to limit the amount of time that I spent with my family. Even though I didn't want to, it's something that I had to do in order to get to where I am currently now, right? So there's going to be some things that you're going to need to give up. There's going to be some things that you're going to need to remove in order to get to where you want to get, right? As my Uncle G says, hey, to change, you got to change. If you want to change any aspect of your life, if you want to add something to your life, whether it's your physical, your spiritual, your emotional, your mental, your physical, your financial situation aspect of your life, if you want to add something to any area of your life, you first have to take an evaluation of what is in that current area, what is in that current aspect, what the current situation, what it involves. You got to evaluate what's going on right there. You got to take a full deep dive of like, what is going on? Why am I not getting results in this current area or this current aspect? Then, hey, you got to evaluate what are the assets that I have in this aspect or situation in my life, and what are the liabilities, right? And then you got to remove and you got to give up the liabilities. And then you can continue to add the assets into that specific area or specific situation in your life. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Just want to give you guys my little personal experience with giving things up, removing things from my life, and I'm constantly doing this. As I continue to grow, and I'm sure you guys have experienced this as well on a personal level as well. Like as you continue to grow, as you continue to level up, as you continue to reach new heights and new performances and new peak levels in your life, you're going to have to continue to evaluate. You're going to have to continue to become aware of what's in your life, what's not needed in your life, what you need to remove from your life, what you need to cut out from your life, what you need to give out from your life. And also, hey, what do I need to add into my life, right? Because as I said earlier, if you want to add something in your life, you're going to have to give something up, or you're going to have to remove something to make room. I'm going to say that again. You're going to have to give up or remove something to make room in your life to add whatever you're looking to add. If you want to add something in your life, you have to make room for whatever you're looking to add in your life, right? So, hey, I'm going to dive really quick into this. Before I dive into this, I'm going to just give you a quick little definition of give up, right? I'm Googling this, the definition of give up, right? And it's actually giving us a negative definition, but we're going to turn it into a positive aspect. So give up, cease making an effort. To cease making an effort. Well, hey, maybe I'm going to cease making an effort of complaining, bitching, moaning, not taking full responsibility, being in competition mode, not taking massive action. I'm going to cease making an effort towards the things that are not moving me forward. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about giving up the things, whether it's activities, whether it's a way of thinking, whether it's a way of operating, whether it's what we're seeing or what we're hearing. We're talking about ceasing making an effort towards things that are not moving us towards our goals and targets, and towards things that are not moving us forward in life, right? Because what we need to be focused on in life is moving forward. continually moving forward, right? So we need to cease making an effort towards things that are not moving us forward. And also, number 2 definition is allow oneself to be taken over by an emotion or addiction. So we want to give up being mediocre. We want to give up being average. We want to give up just getting enough in our life. And we need to be taken over by an emotion of being successful, by an emotion of creating abundance in all areas of our life. We need to be addicted, right? It says that word, addicted. Allow oneself to be taken over by an emotion or addiction. Well, hey, I'm addicted to success. I'm addicted to my company's successful survival. I'm addicted to my family's successful survival. I'm addicted to helping other individuals create success in their life, right? So we're turning this term give up, which the definitions are definitely in a negative viewpoint, and we're turning it into a positive viewpoint. And then number 3 is to part with something that one would prefer to keep. Now that's one of the toughest things. One of the toughest things is giving up some things that you might prefer to keep. Like, hey, man, I really enjoyed smoking weed back in the day. I was smoking it multiple times throughout the day. But I had to give it up because I knew it was hindering my success and hindering my ability to move forward, right? So as it says, you need to give up. You need to part with something that one would prefer to keep. So you got to part with something. What do you need to part away with in your life so you can move forward? Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a place, maybe it's a thing, maybe it's an activity, right? Those are going to be the main key concepts and the main areas of your life. People, places, and things, right? And it's actually a chapter in my Uncle G's book, Grant Cardone, my mentor, 10X Mentor, chapter 14, I believe it is. It's like, hey, you need to get rid of people, places, and things. So we're going to be diving right into this right now. We're going to be talking about 20 things that you need to give up, 20 things that you need to remove from your life so you can move forward. Remove the past from your life, right? Remove anything that is holding you back. Give up anything that is holding you back from creating success, from moving forward, and from ultimately, hey, reaching your goals and targets and whatever you're looking to achieve, your purposes, your reasons, and your whys. A lot of people, they have a difficult time doing this. And a lot of individuals, they don't create the success they desire. They don't reach their goals and targets because they're unwilling to give things up and they're unwilling to remove things from their life. So number one, what do we need to give up to create success? Number 1, it's complaining. So we're talking about complaining. We're talking about complaining that, oh, it's too hot outside. Oh, like the food is too expensive. Oh, gas is too expensive. I'm talking about complaining of, oh, I don't have enough money in my bank account. Oh, like these leads suck when we're calling leads as an insurance agent. Oh, these new hires are terrible. I can't find good people. Whatever the complaint might be, this is one of the things that you're going to need to give up in order to create success as an insurance agent and an agency owner. It's complaining. You do not want to complain. And ultimately, you don't want to be around people who are complaining. Because if you're constantly around people that are complaining, you're going to be the next one in line to be complaining, right? Because you are who you surround yourself with. Number 2, and I got these jotted down, listed down here on my iPad here. Number 2 is making excuses. Making excuses. Oh, well, making excuses. What are some examples? Well, I'm too young for this. I'm too old. I don't sound good over the phone. I'm not a people person. I'm introverted, right? What excuses are you making that are holding you back from creating success and from ultimately achieving your goals and targets? That's the number 2 thing to give up in your life, is making excuses. Well, the office is too far away from me. These leads, why aren't they buying? Like making excuses for why the leads aren't buying. Well, they weren't ready. They weren't interested. They already had the plan. That's just an excuse. There's some type of way that you could help that lead, right? So giving up the excuses, removing the excuses from your life. Stop making excuses. You're either going to make excuses in your life, or you're going to find solutions in your life. You're either going to be focused on the problem or you're going to be focused on the solution. So focus on the solution. Number 3, not taking full responsibility. This is one of things that I had probably the most toughest time, not taking full responsibility. I remember when I first got into my entrepreneurial career about 6-7 years ago, when I first started diving into insurance, getting my insurance license. I had a hard time of not taking full responsibility, not taking full responsibility of why the customer didn't buy, not taking full responsibility of why my bank account was the way it was, not taking full responsibility of why my life was the way it was, right? There's a lot of things that we like to pass over to someone or something else. Well, this happened because of this person. Well, this happened because of this. I got into a car accident because of that person. No, like, just take full responsibility. You were in the wrong place. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. You were driving too slow. You were driving too fast. Whatever it might be. Oh well, you know, I couldn't close the deal because, you know, they said they weren't ready. Well, stop not taking full responsibility. You're putting responsibility in the buyer. You know, customers don't stop sales. Salesperson stops sales. So not taking full responsibility, that's number 3. You know, and I got this list of 20, and this is good because there's probably a lot more, but hey, here's another one. Working a 9-to-5. You're in the insurance industry, you're a 1099, you're independent, you're a broker, you're commission based, you're creating income off of your own abilities and your own efforts. You need to give up working 9-to-5, and you need to change that to working like 9-to-7. You need to be working at least 10 to 12 hours per day. And you're like, Ryan, like, I want to have a life still. Well, hey, at first, you're going to have to work 10 to 12 hour days. And if you're an insurance organization owner, if you're an agency owner, you definitely need to give up working 9-to-5. You're going to have to put in so much more work than this. We got people in California that are working 100-hour work weeks. We got Elon Musk that literally sleeps in his office, and he literally pays himself nothing. He goes bankrupt, and he's working, you know, 100+ hour work weeks. You know, what are you really looking to accomplish? And is what you're doing equivalent to, you know, what you're looking to accomplish, right? Because, hey, if you're not willing to give up those things, if you're not willing to remove working from 9-to-5 like a normal job, or like, man, I'm even going to tell you, most insurance agents, they don't even work 9-to-5. They're working from 10 to 2. They're working from 10 to 1. They're working a couple hours per day. So you need to give up not treating your insurance career as a full-time opportunity, as a career opportunity. You're treating it as a pastime instead of a profession. A pastime, something that you just do like a hobby, right? Whereas like a profession, like you're all in, you're 100% committed, you're just totally obsessed with it. So you need to give up just working 9-to-5, or hey, if you're not even working 9-to-5, you need to give up not working even just the 9-to-5, right? So number five. Let's see what else we need to give up. We need to give up taking the weekends off. You know, I'm over here. It's a Saturday. I'm over here in the Ohio office here of LC Financial Group, taking the weekends off. If you're not where you want to be in your life, you have no right to be taking the weekends off. You have absolutely, and I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism, a lot of hate for this, a lot of suggestions or recommendations. You're going to burn out. You know, you're going to work too hard. You need to take some time off. You need to stop moving so quickly. I know I'm going to get it. That's perfectly fine. I want to hear in the comments below what you think about these 20 things that you need to give up or remove from your life. But hey, for me personally, I needed to stop taking the weekends off, because those weekends, when I took the weekends off, it was slowing down my momentum. And when Monday came, I had to get my wheels started turning again. And by the time Monday came, I had to get them going again. Tuesday, Wednesday, I finally got back into full momentum mode. And next thing I know, it's a weekend again. I had 2-3 days of actually full activity. Whereas now, hey, I'm working on the weekends. It's maybe not a full work day, but however, I'm still putting in some work. because I want to keep the momentum rolling. And also, hey, if you're taking the weekends off, there's other insurance agents and there's other agency owners in the insurance industry that are not taking the weekends off, that are actually working on the weekends, and those are the ones that are dominating. So I don't take the weekends off because I want to dominate. I want to dominate my competition. I don't want my competition to dominate me. I want to work harder, right? And that's what it all really boils down to, right? So number six, not learning every day. Wow. Not learning every day. You know, one of the quotes that really sticks with me is like, learning is not something we did. Training is not something that we did. It's something that we do. Do is a present tense. It's a future tense. Like I'm learning on a daily basis. I'm training on a daily basis. The more you learn, the more that you're going to earn. And sometimes what happens with individuals is that they start to earn a lot. They start to get their income bracket or their income levels to income that they've never seen before because of their training, because they learn so much, and then they stop to learn, they stop to develop themselves, and next thing you know, their income goes back down, right? It was going up because they were learning, because they were training, and because they were studying, and then they just stop training, studying, and learning, and then their income goes back down. So you need to give up not learning every single day. You need to be training every single day. You need to be learning, diving into information, reading books, audiobooks, podcasts, going to conferences, masterminds, boot camps, whatever it might be. You need to be learning every single day. Number seven. What else do we need to do? We need to give up the destructive habits. I was actually talking about this earlier, is giving up the destructive habits. Some destructive habits that I had when I was in high school, smoking weed every single day, drinking, destructive habits like low value activity habits, non-money generating activity habits. So giving up the destructive habits. There's probably a list of habits that you currently have in your life that you need to give up. So give up those destructive habits. Number eight, what else we need to give up? Let me get some space here. Get some space here. Hope everyone's finding this well. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and also shoot me a comment below. I'm going to be picking out some winners in the comments. Whoever shows the best comment, they're going to get some Ryan Loede merch personally sent out to them. I want to send out some merch to you. Maybe it's a hoodie, a t-shirt, some sandals, some flip-flops, some joggers, maybe some shorts, maybe a duffel bag. Hit me in the comments below. Whoever puts the best comment, I'm going to be sending you out some Ryan Loede merch. I know you guys would love some Ryan Loede merch. Number eight, a limited mindset. Limited mindset and viewpoint. So this is one of the biggest things that I had, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have, is that like growing up, me personally in the middle class, growing up in the economy, 25 years ago, it's a lot different than it is right now. And if you're not changing with the times, you're going to get left behind. Having a limited mindset is ultimately going to hold you back from creating success. What is that mindset like? Limited mindset, like creating limitations in your own mind, right? Because as we know, we are the biggest obstacle to our success. So removing the obstacle that we place in our own life, these people don't pick up the phone. Well, you're creating that limitation in your mind because you're thinking about it. It's ultimately what's going to come to reality, right? Because what we think about, what we give attention to, is what's going to become real to us. So giving up that limited mindset and that limited viewpoint, like, oh, that person has so much success right there, I can't have success either. Like, no, there's no shortage of success. There's no shortage of money. There's an abundance of money. There's an abundance of success that everyone can achieve that success, right? And then number 9, low belief in faith. Low belief in faith. Like you don't have belief in faith in yourself. You don't have belief in faith in your product. You don't have high levels of belief and faith in where you're going. So you need to give up having low belief and low faith. Like, I see so many individuals that get into the insurance industry, insurance agents, or maybe individuals that start to grow an insurance organization or agency. They start to hire, and then they start going through, whether you're an agency owner, they start going through new hires and new individuals that they're bringing in, new employees, and then all those employees just tank, and then they're like, yep, there's no good people out there. Limited mindset, low belief and faith, right? That's ultimately what's going to happen. Hey, you're an insurance agent, and what happens is you get all these leads, you start closing all these leads, and then your closes start to go down, and then your belief goes down and your faith goes down because you don't have that strong foundation, that strong structure. You're like, oh, well, this isn't for me anymore. These leads suck. I suck, whatever it might be. Like, low belief and low faith in yourself, in the product you're offering, the service that you're offering, and ultimately where you're headed in life. Because if you know where you're headed in life and you have strong goals and targets, your belief system is going to be raised. Your faith is going to be raised, and you're going to remove this limited mindset and this limited viewpoint, right? And then number 10, being 50% committed. Being 50% committed. You're never going to get the full results if you're not fully committed. You are never going to get the full results if you're not fully committed. Well, Ryan, I just, I'm getting into the insurance industry, and I want to be an agent, but I want to just do it part-time for now. Well, hey, you're going to get part-time results. I don't want to go all in. I don't want to be 100%. Well, hey, then you're not going to get 100% results. For me personally, hey, I'd rather commit to something fully and be disappointed than 50% or not even commit to something and be disappointed. I'd rather go all in and fail because I go all in than not go all in and fail because I didn't go all in. I'd rather commit fully and, as my Uncle G says, figure the rest out later. So being 50% committed is something that you got to give up. You got to remove it. Maybe you're working 4 hours per day. That's 50% committed. Maybe you're making 100 calls per day when you know you can make it 200 calls per day. That's 50% committed. So you got to remove that 50% commitment. It's never going to get you to where you want to be. Number 11, being short-sighted. So what does that mean? Like, you're just focused on today. You're just focused on this week. You're just focused on this month or this year. Whereas, like, hey, you need to focus and have a long-term viewpoint, right? Going back to number 8, that limited mindset and viewpoint ties right into being short-sighted. Like, you need to be thinking about like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, right? Because when you're thinking in such long, futuristic thoughts and like where I'm going to be in 20 years, then you're going to really, ultimately, your actions are going to be so much more greater, and you're going to be operating at a level that you know you should and could be, because you're like, wow, I want to be here in 20 years. So that means I got to create results right now that are going to equal and become equivalent to where I want to go in 20 years, right? So being short-sighted, just this year, like, I'm just focused on this year. Like, great. Yeah, it's great to be focused on this year's goals or this week's targets or this month's targets or this quarter's targets, but also you need to be focused on like, man, where am I headed in 5 years, 15 years, 20 years? You need to have that long-term view and that long-term mindset, right? So number 11, being short-sighted. Number 12, taking shortcuts. Shortcuts are never going to pay off, folks. Shortcuts are never going to pay off. Well, I'm just going to learn a little bit and I'm going to be good. I'm not going to learn ever again. Well, hey, you're taking a shortcut and that's not going to work out for you. That's going to it's ultimately going to hurt you in the long run, because you're trying to take shortcuts. You're trying to take the easy route, right? You're trying to take the elevator when you know you should be taking the steps, when you know you should be taking the stairs, right? A lot of people are trying to get that immediate gratification. They're trying to speed things up. They're trying to get rich quick instead of focusing on getting rich for sure. They're trying to sprint when they know it should be a marathon, right? So number 12, taking shortcuts. Number 13. Let me know what you're thinking about this in the comments below while I wipe this down, get me some more space on here. We're talking about what to give up as an insurance agent and agency owner, things that you're going to have to need to give up, things that you're going to have to remove from your life. Number 13, listening to naysayers and unsolicited advice givers and haters. Haters and unsolicited advice givers, UAGs. We'll just give it a quick little acronym. But listening to naysayers, haters, and unsolicited advice givers. The unsolicited advice givers, well, like, you got a family member, it's a family member, a friend, a work associate, someone you just meet in the environment or your surroundings, and you tell them what you're doing. Well, I just got into insurance, or I'm in the insurance industry. Well, wow, I knew someone that was in insurance and it did not work out for them. Maybe you should probably look for a different job. That's an unsolicited advice giver. You got haters. There's going to be some haters. Trust me, as you start to create success as an insurance agent and as an insurance agency owner, and you're openly promoting your success, there's going to be a lot of haters. You can't listen to those haters. Let the haters be your fuel. And also, you got the naysayers, the people that are going to try to suppress you, the people that are antagonistic towards you. They're going to try to put you down. They're going to be in total opposition of what you're doing. You can't listen to those people. You need to give up listening to those people, because, hey, we're already an obstacle in and of ourselves. Trust me. I've been there before. I still get there sometimes. I have negative thoughts. I have negative mindset. Sometimes I doubt myself or what I'm doing. And I don't need other people bringing doubt into my life when I might already be doubting myself. That's double amount of doubt. And that also ties into number 14 here, is doubting yourself. I see it all the time with brand new insurance agents, or maybe even insurance agents that have been in the industry for a little while, or maybe even agency owners that are just starting to build their team or just starting to hire and recruit individuals. They doubt themselves, right? They doubt of whether this is going to work out, or whether there's good people in that can be hired, right, for agency owners, right? So you need to stop doubting yourself. You need to give that up. You need to remove doubting yourself, right? Because once that doubt starts to creep into your mind, it's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to multiply. So you got to remove the doubt. You got to starve out the doubt, and you need to feed the beast within inside of you. You need to feed the good obsessions that are inside of you. So you need to remove that doubting of yourself. That's the last thing that you want to do. Number 15. Number 15, nothing is ever impossible, but thinking it's impossible. I could never build a $1 billion organization. I could never sell my organization for $100 million. I could never close $25,000 of final expense premium in a week. I could never close $100,000 of final expense premium in a month. I could never write 200 Medicare enrollments in a month. Thinking it's impossible. Oh, it's impossible. I can't do it. It can't be done. Like that's feeding yourself doubt, and ultimately you're putting limitation with your mindset and your viewpoint, something that we covered earlier. So you need to give up thinking it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. As long as you continue to take action, as long as you continue to move forward, hey, you're going to achieve your goals and targets, right? So number 15, thinking it is impossible. Number 16, and all of these kind of tie hand in hand, some of these ones here recently, negative thinking and thoughts. So it ties hand in hand, because the first thing that really guides our actions is our beliefs. What do we believe? What are we saying to ourselves? What are the thoughts that we are having? Because what we think about is what we get. What we give attention to is what we get. So if we're not thinking the right things, if we don't have the right self-talk, then it's going to dictate our actions, and our actions dictate the results and the outcomes that we get, right? So first step is our environment, what we hear, what we see, what we listen to determines our thoughts. Our thoughts determine what we say. What we say determines what we do. What we do determines our actions, right? So, and this is something I learned from Brandon Dawson, who sold his company for $151 million. And it's like, it's so true, because negative thinking and negative thoughts is going to create negative results and negative outcomes. So if you start to get any type of negative talk or thought within yourself, like, you just need to snap out of it immediately. So you have to give that up. I'm not telling you like, hey, you're never going to have negative thoughts, but it's going to happen. Number 17, being in your way. You need to give that up. You need to give that up. Doubting yourself, thinking it's impossible, negative thinking and thoughts, being in your way. They all tie hand in hand. And as you guys can see, a lot of these things that we need to give up, it starts with ourselves. It all starts with ourselves. It all starts with making a decision to give up things that are holding us back. And most of those things that we need to give up or remove is internal. Most of it is going to be internal. There's going to be some external things, maybe people in your life, places in your life, things in your life that you got to remove and give up. But most of the things that we need to remove and give up is within. It is internal, right? So being in your way, because a lot of people, they're not getting their way, they're being in their own way, right? And then let's see, we got a couple more. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. The best comment will receive some Ryan Loede merch, or maybe some LC Financial Group merch, whichever you prefer. We're talking about 20 things that you need to give up as an insurance agent and as an insurance agency owner. A lot of things that we need to give up, folks. There's probably hundreds and hundreds of things that we need to give up. Number 18. Number 18, lowering your targets and goals. Well, my target for this month is to close 20 enrollments. And then you're halfway through the month and you're at 5 enrollments. I'm going to lower it to 10 so I can make myself feel good. No, the last thing that you want to do is lower your targets and goals. What you want to do is increase your actions and increase your activity so you can push for that target and push for that goal. Never lower your target or lower your goal. You need to give that up and you need to remove that from your life. What you need to do is increase your actions. Because, hey, lowering your target and lowering your goal to make yourself feel good, it's never going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel like a quitter, like someone who gave up. Someone who gave up, right? When we're reading that definition of give up, it's all negative. It's like giving up, like quitting, like throwing in the towel, right? That's giving up on the negative side. We're talking about giving up on the positive side. You need to give up lowering your targets and your goals. Number 19, what else do you need to give up? Comfortability. You need to give up being comfortable. You're never going to see growth inside your comfort zone. The most growth that you are going to see is outside of your comfort zone. As an insurance agent and agency owner, you're going to receive the most growth, the most opportunities, and the most breakthroughs when you are massively uncomfortable, when you're in high levels of discomfort. You got to learn to love that uncomfortability. You need to learn to love the discomfort. And how are you going to go from, learning to love comfortability and transferring it to learning to love discomfort? There's a few key ways. I actually did a video on this. If you want the video, make sure to comment below. Hey, show me that video. Number 20. Last but not least, talked about this earlier. You need to give up competing. You need to give up being in competition. You need to give up doing what other people do. You need to give up going to lengths and levels that other people go to. You need to start moving yourself into domination mode, doing what others are not willing to do, going the lengths and levels that others are not willing to go to, doing what others don't even think about doing, right? You need to give up this competition mode. You need to give up lowering your targets and goals. You need to give up comfortability. You need to give up competition. You need to give up the negative thoughts and the negative thinking. You need to give up being in your own way, right? So we got 20 things that you need to give up, folks. 20 things that you need to give up. I could probably find another list of 50 things that you need to give up. But number 1, complaining. Number 2, making excuses. Number 3, not taking full responsibility, putting responsibility and control in someone else. You don't want control of your life? Don't take full responsibility. If you don't want to be in full control of your destiny and the creation of whatever you're looking to create in your life, don't take full responsibility. Easy as that. Number 4, working a 9 to 5. You need to give that up. You need to start working 5 to 9, right? You need to be working double the amount of time that you should be working, right? Number 5, taking the weekends off. You need to give up taking the weekends off. Number 6, not learning every single day. You need to be learning every single day. The more you learn, the more you earn. I'm telling you. I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly listening to audiobooks. I'm constantly reading, and it just keeps my mind going. A lot of people always ask me, like, Ryan, like, man, what are you on? Like, you must be on something. Well, hey, what I'm on is, like, I'm listening to audiobooks, I'm reading, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm going to conferences, boot camps, masterminds. I'm constantly learning. And when I'm learning, I'm highly inspired and highly motivated, right? So learn every single day. It's going to keep you inspired and motivated. Number 7, destructive habits. You need to remove those destructive habits. For me, hey, it was smoking weed on a daily basis. It was drinking alcohol and liquor. It was hanging out around the wrong people, right? It was going off to bad places, right? It was doing those destructive habits. Number 8, you need to remove and limit and give up that limited mindset and viewpoint. Number 9, you need to give up that low belief and faith. Number 10, being 50% committed. Number 11, being short-sighted. Not thinking about 20 years from now. Not thinking about what my life is going to look like at age 60, but only thinking about this year, right? Being short-sighted. You need to give up taking shortcuts. Trying to find the easy way out. Trying to find the easy way to close a client. Trying to bypass what you know you should be doing to get to where you want to go. And you're trying to take shortcuts. You're trying to get rich quick. You got to stop doing that. You need to give that up, taking shortcuts. Number 13, listening to naysayers, unsolicited advice givers, and haters. Stop listening to those people. Number 14, doubting yourself. Number 15, thinking it is impossible. You need to give those up. Number 16, negative thinking and negative thoughts. Give that up. Number 17, being in your own way. Number 18, lowering targets and lowering your goals. Give it up. Increase your actions. Number 19, give up comfortability. And number 20, give up being in competition. Come on now, folks. There's some things that we need to give up. I'm going to go a little bit deeper into this before I end off here. I want to talk a little bit about something that I personally do. And something that I talked about earlier in the beginning of this video is like, hey, how do you know what you need to give up? How do you know what actually you need to give up? What are some things that you have to give up? How am I going to know what I need to give up? Well, hey, okay, so the first step, if you're trying to prove any area, so say you want to improve your physical health, you want to gain more muscle, you want to lose some weight, you want to be more in shape, right? So if you're trying to improve any area, let's say the physical. Okay, first step, you need to evaluate and become aware of that current area. You need to evaluate and become aware of that area. Like, okay, what is my current weight? What can I currently lift? And ultimately just become aware of like what's going on with that current situation. Number 2, what do you have to do? You have to set targets. You have to set targets and goals. Okay, well, I'm going to lose X amount of pounds by X date. I'm going to lose 10 pounds by August. I'm going to increase my reps and increase the weight that I'm lifting by August by X amount of reps and X amount of weight, right? So set targets and set goals. Number 3, you got to determine what the obstacles might be. Because if you don't know what the obstacles might be, you are going to run into those obstacles. So you got to determine those obstacles. We're talking about going a little bit deeper about how to improve any area, right? And then also, number 4, you have to evaluate the assets and the liabilities. So this actually ties into number one, goes a little bit deeper on number one, but evaluate your assets and your liabilities. Okay, so your physical health. If you want to get your physical health right, what are some things that I'm doing that are assets? Well, I'm going to the gym, I'm running, I'm drinking the right water, I'm eating the right food most of the time. What are some liabilities? Well, some liabilities, I eat a lot of junk food, right? I eat candy, I eat ice cream, I eat late at night when I shouldn't be eating, right? Liabilities, sometimes I take a whole week off from going to the gym. Liabilities, maybe I'm drinking alcohol or drinking, unhealthy drinks, whether it's pop, whether it's energy drinks, right? Whatever it might be, you got to evaluate the assets and the liabilities, and then you have to remove, and then add. So if you want to improve your physical, you got to figure out, hey, what do I got to remove, right? Like we're talking about, what to give up to create success. What do I need to give up to increase my physical? What do I need to remove? What do I need to give up so I can add something into my life for my physical health, right? So five quick little 5-step, little extra added addition to what we were talking about, what to give up to create success as an insurance agent and agency owner, talking about improve any area. 5-step, quick little boom. Evaluate, become aware of that area. Set targets and goals, determine obstacles, evaluate the assets and liabilities, and then you need to remove and add. So guys, hey, I hope you found this well. Hope this brought you some value. 20 things that you need to give up. Hey, if you want the list of what you need to give up, just hit me in the comments below. DM me. I'm more than happy to send you the list. And also, hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart. Show me some love. I want to hear your feedback. I want to make sure that I'm bringing valuable content to you guys and not just aimlessly talking over here, which, hey, some of you guys might be thinking that, and I want to hear that below because I want to be the best I can. I want to bring you guys, content that's going to help you create income, create more revenue, become the best version of yourself, right? So, hey, leave me something in the comments below. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think of this. My name is Ryan Loede, owner of LC Financial Group, where we're hiring, we're growing, and we're expanding in all 50 states. And we help everyday Americans create a multiple 6-figure residual income here at LC Financial Group. So if you want to learn more about what partnering with us here at LC Financial Group would look like, DM me, comment below, reach out to any of our partners here at LC Financial Group, or hey, send an email to our careers team, careers@teamlcfg.com, careers@teamlcfg.com. 20 things to give up as an insurance agent and as an agency owner so you can create more success, so you can ultimately become the best version of yourself. Hope this found you well. You guys have a great rest of your day. Ryan Loede, aka The Machine, coming to you live from Cleveland, Ohio in the LC Financial Group office. You guys have a great rest of your day. Let's go. Let's continue to win. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you guys soon.